Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a very exciting unboxing. It is a Louis Vuitton piece. I don't think I've shopped at Louis Vuitton for over 4 years. I had a Louis Vuitton obsession in 2020. We will get into that. And then for a really long time, I haven't purchased anything from them. Actually, with the exception of the Nano Speedy, I ended up returning that. I'll link the video over here if you guys haven't heard that story yet. But yeah, it's been a really long time since I purchased something at Louis Vuitton. So this is exciting for me and I can't wait to share it with you guys. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Freza. I talk all things personal finances, luxury goods, and my small business. So if you're into that, make sure you're subscribed down below. Okay, I feel like we don't need to talk too much. Let's just get into what is inside of this box and then we'll do a story time afterwards. So I bought this a couple days ago and I haven't unwrapped it or unboxed it yet. I was waiting to do this video. So this is, I guess, a first impression. I obviously did see it in stores. This is the first time I am unboxing it since I purchased it. So as always, Louis Vuitton always has beautiful packaging. It's just their classic orange and blue with this beautiful ribbon that I never want to ruin. So maybe we'll just slide off the ribbon. And then opening it up, we've got a magnetic box, and then inside is a dust bag. I'm so excited for this piece, you guys. Like, I haven't bought Louis Vuitton in so long that this just feels really special. So you have to put this to the side. So yeah, we've got the piece here, and inside is the Louis Vuitton desk agenda in the monogram. I'm obsessed. So as you can see, it is one big strip of canvas that just goes all the way around. And then inside is where you have all of your little pockets and card slots and all of that. Essentially, the desk agenda is used kind of as an agenda cover. So I bought the one without the rings. I've owned all of the agendas in the past, including this one, and have since sold them. But I was just missing this one specifically that I wanted to add it back to my collection. I'm gonna walk you through the inside of the desk agenda. So like I mentioned, I've got it in the monogram and it is just one piece of canvas. And then on the inside, I believe this fits A5 planners. So you can slip your A5 planner onto this kind of pocket section on the back of the agenda. There's 6 card slots and then there's 1 card slot over here. And then there's also some secretarial pockets on the right, I guess the left-hand side of the agenda itself. I might grab an agenda just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, so it's easier for me to talk you through it. This is the Gentle Productivity Planner, which is our collaboration with Zoe Pritchard. So I'm gonna use this agenda and put it into the desk agenda cover. I am just inserting the back cover of the Gentle Productivity Planner onto the back of the agenda. So once you have that secured, it would look like this, and then you would just close that, and then you've got the planner over here, and then you can just close it. So when you are opening the planner, you would just open it like this, and your A5 planner, whatever you're using, will just be at the front here, and it is attached at the back of the planner. I might be doing a really bad job of showing this, so apologies. I do plan on doing a full-on agenda tour and how I plan on using this. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like if you had an A5 planner and that's how you plan on using it. So I'm actually not going to be using the planner in that way. I want to put discs in here, so I want to do the half-letter disc bound system in here, which I will do a planner video soon. But essentially you'll have 8 discs and then you have the sort of half letter system that will be in here. Again, I'll do a more thorough sort of in-depth view of this. I'm actually pointing the camera down so you guys can see the inserts that I'm using for this agenda itself. I want to touch on the reason why I bought this agenda instead of the other agendas, specifically the ring ones from Louis Vuitton. So I mentioned to you guys that I did have this planner in the past. I originally bought this one as my first Louis Vuitton agenda back in 2020, and that's actually one of the reasons why I got into planning in general. I fell in love with this agenda. I love how weightless it is. I go to the office 3 times a week now, and I love bringing an agenda, but I I hate when it's a really heavy agenda. I don't like when things are weighing me down, just because I always carry lots of things in my bag anyway, and I don't want my agenda to be too heavy. So I really like this when I had it back in 2020 because it's very thin. It doesn't take up a ton of space, and really the only bulky stuff is how much paper you put into the agenda itself. The other agendas at Louis Vuitton, they are a little bit heavier, especially the large agenda, because it has these really thick rings. And though that agenda has served me well, I had that agenda for about 2 years. It was like my main agenda because I love the size of it. I just didn't love how heavy it was, especially when I wanted to bring it with me to work. It was just too heavy, and I ended up not bringing it at all. So then there was no point of me having that agenda. So then I thought, to combat that, why don't I get the smaller version? So either the medium or the small. Biggest thing I'll say about the small agenda is it is adorable. It's so cute, and maybe in the future I'll bring it back into my collection, but it was just very small. Like, you could barely use it for anything practical. I like to have big agendas like this. I like A5 and half letter, but if I use pocket size, I feel like I don't have enough space for anything. And that's how I feel about the personal size as well. The personal size is also small, a lot smaller than A5 and half letter, but it's also very narrow. So I don't know, I guess it depends on the person of how much space that you need when you're planning. But for me, I love the A5 size and the half letter size. So that leads me to why I repurchased the half letter agenda. As a stationery business owner, I do get to play around with many different agendas and many different sizes. And over the last 4 years of owning the line in my stationery business, I knew that I wanted to bring this specific planner back into my rotation. I haven't been using a planner a ton. I've been using a lot of my digital note-taking, like Notion, those types of tools to kind of get myself organized. And because, especially in the next coming months, I have a ton of projects for the line and for my business, I wanted to get back into physical pen and paper type of planning, which is what got me into this whole thing in the first place. And what better way to do that than get myself the desk agenda from Louis Vuitton. I really do think that if you have an agenda that you love, that you will want to use it more often. And it was a no-brainer for me to pick this up. So I'm really excited to set this up with you guys. I have so many fun ideas on what inserts I want to use and the type of system that I want to use within this desk agenda. But just so you know, if you are looking at this piece, there are many ways that you can use this. So as I mentioned, you can just use a regular A5 planner, which is bounded. You can use the half letter disc system. And I've seen people use A5 inserts in here as well. I will make a video all about that because, as I mentioned, I love A5 size. So I'm thinking of converting this into an A5 planner, and I'll show you guys in another video how I plan on doing that. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say for now. I'm really excited to bring this piece into my collection. I have so many small leather goods from Louis Vuitton. I've got the key holder, I've got the clay, and I use those small leather goods every single day. I really do think that they stand up really well, and I've had them for many years, that I truly believe in Louis Vuitton small leather goods. I'm glad that I bought them back in 2020 because they were a much friendlier price versus nowadays they are a little bit more expensive. In terms of Louis Vuitton handbags, I also still love Louis Vuitton handbags. My only thing right now is I'm more leaning towards more minimal handbags with not a ton of logo. And obviously with Louis Vuitton, you're gonna get the Louis Vuitton logo. And right now for me, it's just a bit too loud with my personal style. So that's why I don't have any Louis Vuitton handbags in my current handbag collection, but it's not to say that I won't have it in the future. So that's just how I feel right now, but I still think they're small leather goods or small luxury goods. They are amazing and I highly, highly recommend them. And this is the newest one in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the desk agenda, let me know in the comments down below. And make sure you're subscribed down below because I will be doing a ton of videos, especially with the new year coming soon with this agenda. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.